In this video, we'll discuss 5 tips to help you have a successful first year of your marriage. Congratulations on your marriage!
Yes, congratulations.
Tip number 1, learn and accept the daily routine and habits of your spouse.
The reality is that now that you live together in the same house, you will get to see your spouse's habits and routines, which can sometimes be very different from yours.
Therefore, we think it's important to be patient, right?
It is.
And if you try to change your spouse, you will probably create unnecessary conflict and you may come across as a nagging person.
So what can you do?
Well, I think those experiences are important to be viewed as an opportunity to know and understand the spouse better.
It is. So you can reflect on why your spouse's habits may bother you, or just remember that the first year of marriage is a time of adjustment.
Yeah, as newlyweds, you are discovering what will work best for the two of you. And it takes time, right?
It takes time.
We have been married for
30 years.
30 years, and we are the authors of the book
The Dream Home, How to Create an Intimate Christian Marriage.
Yes, in this channel we give you tips and life skills to help you grow in your life. So continue to watch this channel, subscribe.
Tip number 2, have open communication. We know that effective communication is key to a successful marriage, and it is essential to build intimacy. So you and your spouse will need to share your thoughts and feelings every day.
Yes, and so here we mentioned 2 key elements of communication: self-disclosure and active listening. Self-disclosure is when you share about your life. When I share about my life, we share goals, we share our thoughts, our feelings, and we talk about not only daily life, but more importantly, we talk about our marriage, our relationship. And active listening includes what we call in our book,
listening with your heart. So what do I mean by that?
Watch our video, How to Listen to Your Spouse, and learn the skills of paraphrasing, reflecting feelings, reflecting meanings, summarizing. You're gonna like that video.
Yes, because you know what? They will help a lot. So instead of you getting upset, just try to listen to your spouse.
And focus on understanding the message instead of sometimes we may have a tendency to try to think about how we're gonna respond. So listening and trying to identify the feelings that your spouse is sharing with you will be important, because then you can empathize with your spouse. And we like using this technique that is reflecting feelings, that when you share with me something, I try to identify the emotions that you are feeling, and then I may say something like, you are feeling, and then I may say you are feeling frustrated, or it seems like you are feeling upset because. So you can use that technique, because when you do that, you are showing empathy, right?
Yes, actually you're listening with empathy, and that has a powerful
way to connect.
Yes, it is a powerful way to connect.
Yes, so listen with your heart.
Tip number 3, clarify your unspoken expectations. Every couple comes into the marriage with many expectations. However, frequently couples have expectations that they have not shared while they were dating. And this may have happened to you.
Yeah, when people are dating, they are in love, and you were in love. And when you have unspoken or maybe hidden expectations, you may experience disappointments because your spouse is not doing what you expect. And however, the issue is also that your spouse doesn't know your expectations, right? So you may be disappointing your spouse because you don't know what your spouse is expecting on a daily basis.
Yes, so again, communication will be the essential tool here to help you understand expectations.
Yes, so start conversations about your expectations.
Tip number 4, set healthy boundaries with family and friends. This first year of marriage is so crucial for you and your spouse to get to know each other and to grow in intimacy. So you will need to maximize the time you spend together without much interference from family and friends.
Yeah, and here we are not saying to avoid your friends, to avoid your family. Rather, what we are saying here is that you will need to set healthy boundaries. Sometimes families and in-laws may want to show their love to you by visiting you regularly, or even sometimes by giving their opinion about many areas of your marriage, and that can create sometimes problems between you and your spouse, right?
Yes, so having boundaries with friends and even avoiding taking or talking to past boyfriends or girlfriends is also essential.
So having social media boundaries can be helpful.
Yes, something to really pay attention to.
And we have a
nowadays.
video here in our channel on social media boundaries. You may want to take a look.
Tip number 5, don't neglect spiritual intimacy. Intimacy means to know and to be known, and it is multidimensional. Emotional intimacy, it is what, Elias?
A connection of the hearts.
What about physical intimacy?
It's a connection of the bodies.
What about intellectual intimacy?
A connection of the minds.
What else are we missing here?
Spiritual intimacy.
A connection of the souls.
As some people like to say, we are soulmates. People like to say that. And we believe that for a Christian marriage to be healthy and happy and strong, the couple will need to grow spiritually together. So you and your spouse will need to worship God together, study the Bible together, pray together, and serve God through your church together. What's the word we are repeating here all the time?
Together.
Yeah, that's the emphasis. You do those things together, and then you and your spouse will be moving towards God, getting closer to God. But as you go closer to God, you are getting closer and closer to each other.
And that is the goal.
Yes, and you can watch our video on spiritual intimacy that we have here in the channel. You can watch the videos that you see here on the screen. And if you like the video, click the like button, share it with your friends, and
subscribe.
We'll see you in the next video. And enjoy your first year of marriage.
Definitely.